Live, you are live.
Hello everyone, and as you can see, it is wet and rainy here in the Sabi Sands. We are probably going to head back into camp now to not risk any of our equipment. So we'll keep you guys updated as to if and when we do head out again. Keep an eye on Twitter that the rain is coming down. Great news for the Sabi Sands and the drought that we're experiencing. Not great news for the safari this morning, but that'd be selfish of us to complain about that. We need every drop of rain possible, and sadly, like I said, we just don't want to risk any of our precious equipment that gets these live broadcasts to you guys. So keep an eye on Twitter. We'll use, I guess, maybe YouTube as well for some updates. We'll keep you guys updated as to what we're doing, but for now we are seeking shelter. So see you guys later, hopefully. I don't know how long the storm is going to be here, but we will keep you posted.
Live, you are live.
Well, we're back, and it's a pity the rain did not continue. We need every drop we can get, like I said earlier, but it does mean that we can now go out on safari and see what's happening here at Djuma. Already got off to a good start. We are not far from camp, and already one of the characters that we so often see after rains, the tortoise, is out and about, and this little Speaks hingeback tortoise is going to certainly be making the most of the moisture that has just fallen. It's probably going to try and lick leaves to acquire as much moisture as it can get. They'll also try and drink out of small puddles in the road, but sadly I can't see any nearby. For animals like tortoises though, droughts can be incredibly dangerous because they don't have the ability to move easily over large distances. Therefore, if it doesn't rain, they can really find themselves in trouble. So good news for this individual, not only for drinking but also for its food. Just going to drive straight over the middle of it. It's about 26 degrees Celsius, which is around 76 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a cool morning. The wind was howling when I woke up. I'm not too sure what it was doing while I was asleep. I was dead to the world, and it literally started raining about 10 minutes before we went live, and it really increased in intensity, so we did have to seek shelter. Whether it starts up again, it's hard to tell, but we're just going to head out and see what happens. I have tried my hand at predicting the weather, but I've never been much good at it, so now I'd just rather go out, see what happens. If we have to return, we have to return. If not, what a bonus. Now, Sam is also out on the other vehicle with VM on camera. They're actually just up ahead of us there. And some of you may not have met Sam before. He's here on interview, and he's already done one drive yesterday morning. I thought he did an incredibly good job for his first drive, as I'm sure a lot of you do as well. But be friendly, as you guys always are, and let's see what happens out here. So you'll get to see him a bit later. Nikki's in the final control room with Kirsty, and I'm teamed up with Dave on camera. Oh, this wind. Now, usually in windy weather, game viewing can be quite tricky, so we must brace ourselves for that. But cool weather is great for predators still being on the move, so that is something to look forward to. Positive outcome of this potential, of this cool weather and rain. Halal Bonner, yes, Brent is on leave. He will be back along with Jamie, I think, on the 4th of March. And you've mentioned that you do not know how we get up so early in the morning. Well, I think most of us love our jobs, so that's a good prerequisite to getting up early in the morning. And on top of that, we do get to snooze during the middle of the day, sometimes for many hours. So don't worry, we do get time to recharge our batteries. But certainly, after 6 weeks of waking up in the dark, a sleep-in can be most appreciated and most enjoyed. There's no two ways about that. Ah, Marianne in Arkansas. You've already put through a wish for the safari, and that is that we could hopefully find the heavily pregnant female elephant. And I like where your head's at. That is a good thing to be hoping for. I've never seen an elephant give birth. The only animal I've actually ever seen birth was with some of you guys on my first ever live safari in November 2014. And that was a wildebeest giving birth here on the quarantine clearings very close to us. But I guess what we can read into that is that you can go, and many guides will go a whole career never seeing an animal give birth. So let's hope that your positive thoughts get us into the right place at the right time. My plans are to head to the eastern boundary and see if there's any signs of the Nkuhuma Pride and possibly the Birmingham males following them back. I think VM's also taking Sam in that direction. He actually snuck ahead of us there. And failing that, they do have a little GPS, so they should only get varying degrees of discombobulated, nothing too serious. Oh, well, it sounds like the second tortoise has already been found with Sam, so why don't you guys go over and enjoy it with him.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the Sabi Sands. As you can see, we found ourselves another tortoise. Oh, very exciting. It's another hinged tortoise. So we've got two out here. We've got the leopard and the hinged tortoise, and it's been an incredible morning so far. I woke up and I was excited again for my next round of interviews, and it was started raining, and I haven't seen rain like that for a long time. And so it's great to see that the rain is back, and that it's going to be bringing a lot of water to this area. So how exciting. But we can see two tortoises this morning, so they're very excited about the rain as well. They're not lying in their beds or hiding away. They're getting out and looking for the new shoots to eat this morning. So already we've had a good morning. But it's good to have you all back here. Just to let you know, my name is Sam Chevalier. I came on my first morning drive yesterday morning, I had such a fantastic time. Thank you very much to all of you that were there and participated in that first drive of mine. I was very nervous, and you all made me feel very comfortable. How were those hyenas? It was incredible. I've never actually experienced hyenas play in water like that before. That was once a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm sorry if you weren't there. I think that was penny pine. Did I get that wrong? I'm not sure. Please let me know. Have I ever seen a tortoise being blown over by the wind? I can't say that I've ever seen a tortoise being blown over by the wind, but I have in fact seen a tortoise that's been upside down, and I went and helped it out, and that was actually, I think, 2 years ago. But generally, I don't like to like influence and put my hand in the bush. I think it's morally, I don't think it's a good thing, because it doesn't help them learn and experience and teach themselves how to do it again. So where we can, we've got to let nature be and realize that, you know, we're also a part of it. But one can't help but have sympathy for someone who's on his back. So. Oh wow, guys, so it looks like we found ourselves another tortoise. We're going to link over to Scott, and I'll see you just now.
Welcome to Tortoise Live, everyone. This is now a different species of tortoise, the leopard tortoise, and look at how much it is loving drinking out of this puddle. I mean, obviously we don't know how much longer it was here before we arrived, but it is certainly downing this water as if it's the tastiest thing it's ever drank. And I don't blame it. It's probably been quite some time since it last got to quench its thirst. I would have liked to see it running towards this little puddle in the road. I'm sure it was moving at high speeds once it did finally lock targets. I've never seen a tortoise put its neck so far out either. It's called the leopard tortoise because of its very leopard-like colorations, you could say, certainly distinguishing it from the Speaks hinged back tortoise that you've seen with Sam just a few moments ago. They also are more kind of a ball shape. The Speaks hinged back tortoise are flatter, they're not as rounded. And off it goes. Now, a big reason why you should never touch tortoises and pick them up. I know you were just discussing with Sam if he's ever helped a tortoise turn over from if it's fallen down, upside down. And a big reason why you should never handle tortoises, especially during dry periods, is that they will urinate as a form of self-defense, losing very precious liquid. So that urination could end up causing it to die. It's, I guess, not a true pee, as it is discharging precious liquid. Interestingly, I have seen tortoises fighting before. I think it was over a lady, and the one tortoise flipped the other one over onto its back. So it is something that can happen naturally. Whether or not they have the power or luck to be able to turn themselves back over, well, that's, I guess, what Mother Nature's got destined for them. Wonderful stuff. Off it goes. Boyd, you'd like to know if predators will ever be hunting during very heavy rains like we just kind of experienced as we went live initially. And yes, Boyd, certainly it's a perfect hunting condition for predators. The prey cannot hear, they cannot see. There's already a state of chaos and confusion that the predators don't even need to contribute to. The odd flash of lightning may also help the predator, and that the prey may lose its whatever night vision they may have slowly acquired. So yes, I think a lot of kills are made during heavy rain, but this is just a speculation of mine. Of course, there's variables. I mean, if a pride of lion is asleep and it starts hammering down with rain, I don't think they're all of a sudden going to jump up and be like, come, let's go hunting. It's a good opportunity. Not necessarily, but you can imagine if a pride of lion is kind of pursuing a herd of buffalo, or a leopard is keeping an eye on a herd of impala, and then the heavens open, it's going to be a very good opportunity for them to snipe forward and attempt to make a kill. But yeah, sadly, in all my career, I haven't spent huge amounts of time with animals or these predators in the pouring rain. But I feel strongly that they will capitalize on that chaos and confusion, like I say. They can't really hide anywhere, so they may as well make the most of it. Hello, Joey, aka the Monkey Man in Australia. You would like to know what is the largest leopard tortoise I have ever seen? Well, the one behind us there was probably about that big, which is kind of half a melon, half a green melon. the average green melon, I'd say is a good kind of description of how big that one was. The biggest leopard tortoises I've seen would probably be half the size of a soccer ball in this area, and in other parts of South Africa they do get far larger. Further south of us, in the Cape region, the leopard tortoises do get considerably larger. So it does depend on where you are, but the biggest ones here in the Sabi Sands, I'd say, is half a soccer ball. Good, we're going to send you across to Sam, who is at the hyena den.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are at the hyena den. It is my first time here at the hyena den, so I'm very excited to actually see and experience this place. As you can see, one of the hyenas are looking slightly miserable, but just lying there after the nice rains. And we've got some hyenas up in the den itself. And, you know, so me being my first time and being new here, I really don't know which hyena is which. So if any viewers know some of the hyenas, do you think you can let me know and help me out and just give me some tips on how to learn a little bit more about these hyenas? But as you can see now, you can see the youngsters are out. Yesterday when we sat next to that watering hole and we watched those much older ones playing, it was an incredible sighting, and you know, I've only really seen it with youngsters, and so it's great to actually watch the youngsters play and watch the adults play yesterday, or sub-adults. But it's incredible to see I wonder how old it is. Does any of the viewers know how old these pups are? I'd love to know. I know apparently they're somewhere around January, November, December. Which one is November? Which one's who is who? Give me some tips. I'd love to know. But look at them playing. Hey? One thing I think I didn't mention yesterday, and I was lying in my bed last night thinking, you know, those jaws are so powerful, and they were just playing with each other with those jaws, like just taking little bites, but not really taking a big bite. And look at them playing. They really get in there with their jaws. I mean, did you know that a hyena's jaw is strong enough to even crack the bone of a giraffe? I mean, that's quite sheer power right there. Oh, sweet, man. The rains really have brought a lot of joy to the bush from what I've seen, or especially to the hyenas. They've had a fantastic time. Look at them. Sweet, and it's great to see the difference as they're growing older with the much darker fur when they're youngsters to how they actually start developing their spots. Wow. And yesterday we had two of them coming to our vehicle and just sniffing around and having a look and seeing who I am, you know. Who is Sam? Why is he coming to Djuma Game Reserve and having a look at me? Wow, look at them. Wow, sweet. Oh, wow, sweet, man. Oh, sweet. Guys, I just got such a great update from Kim B, who just explained to me which one was which out there. November 1, December 1, and January. I think that's how it went, but I think I need to spend a little bit more time with each one to start figuring out which one is which. So hopefully if I do get this job from the interview, I'll get to spend a lot more time with these youngsters and get to show you guys a lot more of them. So thank you, Kim B, for updating me on the hyenas here. It was really informative. Highly appreciate it. And I'll spend a lot more time ideating them and getting to know them a bit better. And I hope that you will be here along with my experience, learning from them and watching them grow and seeing what differences evolve over time with the youngsters and what social dynamics will begin to play out as they grow into their later years. But while they are really having a good time this morning. And apparently, I mean, as I said yesterday, I was sitting at home, 3 days ago, sorry, when I was sitting at home about to come to Djuma Game Reserve, and I was sitting in my room in Hout Bay in Cape Town, and I switched on my computer, and there was James Hendry and Scott Dyson, who I hadn't met before, were sitting here, probably somewhere around here, and the lions came out of nowhere. Like I was hooked. I just couldn't stop watching the screen to see what they were doing, and the lions actually got on top of the den, and I got very excited. It was great to watch that, and so it just shows you, the bush is so unpredictable. You never know when a predator might come out of anywhere. So as much as they are playing around here, I'm sure they will always be aware of things that are coming and moving around the bush. Oh, we got two standing up here. Cool. Hyenas are exceptionally interesting creatures, and I look forward to learning more about their social dynamics. As I think most of you will know that they are matriarchal, so the females run this den. And I am told, and I've learned, that it can be quite a harsh lifestyle for some of the males when they're youngsters, because they rear up the ladies and bring them up so that they can be matriarchs. So sometimes it can be quite difficult for a male. Can you smell that, man?
Lovely, eh?
Wow, that's quite a powerful smell. I wish you guys all over the world could smell what I'm smelling right now. What do you think that is, VM?
Probably just the hyenas.
Yeah. Can I describe it? Can I describe that smell? VM, can you describe that smell?
5-day-old buffalo carcass.
Yeah, somewhere around a 5-day-old buffalo carcass. There we go. So try and having a conversation while having that up your nose. But I guess you get used to it after a while. Billy Joe on Twitter is telling me that I should be careful of them taking out some of the tires. Yes, thank you. I will be very, very vigilant. I'll maybe put up one of those GoPros next to my tires to make sure that they're not coming to get them. I'd hate to start this job and be responsible for losing all the tires to the vehicles so that you guys couldn't see the beautiful hyenas. So thank you, Billy Joe. I'll definitely take that in mind. I've had, as I said yesterday, some very interesting encounters with hyenas. Just sleeping out, and hyenas kept coming into our campsite, and I still didn't know what the dynamic of it. Well, look, just before I go into that story, look at them all playing. The youngsters are all playing on top there. What a great sighting, that's beautiful. But as I was saying, I wasn't used to the way in which they are, and they kept coming into my campsites, and I got very, very scared. I must say, I used to wake up everyone in my camp. But I've learned that you just have to shine your torch at them and lift your arms a little bit, and they will run away into the distance. but maybe they'll come back, which they actually did a few times that night. Yeah. Look at how many hyenas are here this morning. Oh, they've all just gone around the back. Looks like they're playing a game of tag. Tag, you're it. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Where are you guys going? Oh. Tag. Oh, wow. Okay, so I've just had an update that one of the females that are up and about here playing is named Pretty. Is the one chasing the other one. That's right. Thank you, Nikki, in the control room, with giving me some updates. So I think it was Billy Joe and Nikki that are helping me out with my hyenas. And Kim, yes, thank you, Kim. Wow, I've been very lucky. Yesterday I watched hyenas playing, and today I've been watching hyenas playing. They've been very good to me while I've been here on my interviews. They really allowed me to relax. Yesterday, just watching them play, I was, quite nervous, as you could have told. And have a look. He's right. Hello, Samuel. Pretty. Hello, Samuel. How are you? Welcome to Djuma Game Reserve. My name's Pretty. I'm quite pretty. Oh, look how curious they are. That's sweet. Yo, shit, that's a big belly, eh? Have a look at that belly there, Liam. Wow, Pretty. Looks like she wants to have another cub. It's so incredible for me to have hyenas so close to me. I've never had this before. I'm sure you viewers have seen this a few times, but for me, this is a first. Hi there, Heather in Ontario. That's a very good question. Thank you for that. From what I understand is hyenas, as they become, the question was that they wanted to know, what age should they actually start going out and hunt with their mothers and fathers, it's a good question. From what I understand is that they will be living in the den for a couple months, and when they feel that they're ready to take them out, they'll take them out. But generally they, and I suspect, I would actually love for a viewer to let me know if they know the exact date or the exact amount of time it takes for them to actually go out with the parents. But I'm guessing it's just after just a few months, 3 to 4, and before they start moving outside of the den. But you can imagine it's very dangerous for a youngster to be leaving the den at a young age, and so that's what my guess would be. But if you have any other answers for me, please tweet it in and help me learn. As I said, if I do get this position here, I would love to learn with you and through you and through the bush. It's one big learning experience for all of us. Oh, sweet. Wow. So how was that, everyone? What an interesting morning here with our hyenas. They've really helped. Ooh, that smell, sheepers. I got quite a big whiff of that one there, but that smell is quite powerful. But it's been a really good morning. We've just been watching them play. If anyone has just come online, we've been sitting with the hyenas, and they've been playing and running around, playing tag around the den. And yesterday I was exceptionally lucky to be watching them play in the water yesterday. So the rain has been very kind to us all lately. No. Marianne in Arkansas has just told me that, was it December 1, has a white foot. That's right. So, Viv, do you reckon you can... Oh, sorry guys. I don't know if I spoke too loud there. Just going to soften it down a little bit, everyone. Can you see where December 1 might be?
They might be still in the hole.
Inside the den?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't look like these two.
But thank you very much for that. I will remember December 1 with a white foot at the back. December 1 with a white foot at the back. Sweet. Thank you so much, Linda Scrogan, who has just told me that they will start leaving the den at around 6 to 8 months. I thank you so much. Really, I really am grateful for you letting me know that, and just giving me some knowledge behind that. That's great. It's so important that we can learn and learn more about the hyenas through the viewers. So. But on that note, I'm going to link through to Scott, and we will be seeing you just now. Thank you so much. Bye.
Well, seriously sounds like Sam is having some great time with the hyena, not only today, but also yesterday. He had a fascinating sighting with Brian. We've got some good news. There are tracks of lion that appear to cross into Djuma from our eastern boundary called Cheetah Cut Line, and they look like they're heading towards the Buffles of Waterhole. So we basically saw the tracks off to our right, to our east, coming towards us in a westerly direction, and if we don't find their tracks or the animals popping out onto this road, then I'm guessing they're somewhere still in this thick block of vegetation, so I'll need to probably go in on foot. The tracks did seem quite fresh. I think they may have got up just after it started raining recently now. I saw where they had all been lying in the road, and they may have run off that open road in order to try and get under some leaves for whatever sparse shelter that may assist with. Come on, where are the tracks? Where are the tracks? I was hoping they would have popped out by now. Either way, good prospects. Very good prospects. Who knows, maybe there's even going to be one of the Birmingham males with them. A coalition of 5 big males reign dominant over this area, and it's been a long time since we've seen them. Come on, lions. I'm hoping that we're just going to find them lounging at the Buffles of Waterhole, which is just around 1 or 2 more corners. What I'm hoping is that they haven't just snuck through the northeastern corner of our property straight into our northern neighbors. There is a chance that they have done that though, so I will forewarn you. Kind of the opposite of what they did when they were heading to Torchwood, where they've been for the last few days. They also snuck through our property, but in the opposite direction. Now, it can be deceptive. You would think rain is going to help soften the roads, and yes, it will, but only certain roads, certain substrates will become a lot softer for a certain time period that will receive tracks well and therefore make tracking easy, whereas other substrates like the one we're driving on right now is rock hard. So it's solidified, and whatever fine film of dust there was on top of that initially before the rain is now no longer. So some areas are hard, some areas are easy, but I'm confident that the lions have not passed over this road, and just want to make sure they haven't kind of come through the bush to the water's edge. Wow, look at how much water's here. That is phenomenal. Cannot believe it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to waste too much time here, but a quick little pan of the water. Oh, look at how much water has filled up. That is great, great news. I'm not sure what it was like yesterday. I haven't been here since the rain we got 2 nights ago, but it's certainly a huge improvement. So that's great stuff. I can happily report that Sam and VM are making their way into this general area to give us a hand with trying to track down the lions, so that's going to be useful. In this cool weather, the lions could well be on the move, and even though we've driven this road now, it may be useful for somebody to drive it again. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm doing a complete circle around the block that these lions headed into. At least I hope they headed in. So I had a very quick look at the tracks, and some were certainly coming into Djuma, but maybe they came in and then went back out around the next corner of the road. Anything's possible. I'm just hoping that they did come this way, or continue this way at least. Hi Whitney on Twitter. You would like to know how to tell the difference between a tortoise and a terrapin. Well, you'll never see tortoises submerging themselves in water. Of course, if a terrapin is out the water, that may be a little bit more confusing. Their shells don't have patterns or coloration. They are a uniform dull grey colour. So that would be one of the major things. They've got webbed feet for swimming, so if you are to open the foot of a terrapin, you would see the webbing, whereas a tortoise doesn't have webbed feet. What else? I'm not too sure what other differences there could be. Maybe some of you guys can help out. Terrapins have often got very cryptic colorations on their heads, interestingly enough. Not all terrapins, but some terrapins I've noticed. In terms of size, I mean, they can vary. You get big terrapins, small terrapins, big tortoises, small tortoises. I guess, again, as a general rule, though, the tortoises will be more rounded and terrapins will be flatter. They're not like a soccer ball chopped in half, terrapins. Although the Speaks Hingeback tortoise is quite a flat tortoise, so you do get a few flat tortoises. I think you even get a tortoise called a pancake tortoise, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I think that was up in East Africa, unless I'm dreaming. Where are you, lions? Notice I'm driving quite quickly for a tracking exercise, and that's because I'm trying to make sure that they are not on the move and have not already crossed out of our property. Okay, so now this is our northern boundary. And what I'm probably going to do is just stop quickly. Oh no, I don't have my map to show you. I've given that to Sam so that he doesn't get lost. But basically we are just checking the northeastern corner of the property. I could draw it in the sand quickly, I guess. Let me do that. Show you what's going on here. Let's put the camera on the right there so I know what my canvas looks like. It's on the ground. So I'm going to just draw on the sand. Cool. So, this is our eastern boundary. Okay. This is our northern boundary. This is Buffelshoek Dam over here. There's a road over here. And basically the lions came in over here. We've just driven along a road that took us to the dam and past it. So the lions are somewhere in this triangle. And we are now we've checked from here along all the way here. Now we're going to continue from here and do a full circle, completely encompass this block to make sure the lions are still somewhere in the middle. Once we've established that, then we can go for a walk in the block. So hopefully that gives a better idea of what we're up to. Okay, one of you just sent through a question wondering if lions can smell water, Cecilia. And yes, they certainly can. They've got very, very good senses of smell, and water will be something that they will be able to detect with their noses. Now, I'm preparing myself for the worst here, and that is that these lions, we may find their tracks crossing here. Failing that, we are going to be lucky, because if they haven't crossed out of here, then they must be somewhere still on Djuma. I think they've crossed. I've just seen some tracks here. What is it of though? What are you? Look, it's a tiny baby hippopotamus. These tracks I can see, not a lion. So we may be still be in luck. Check over on this side, right? Not easy to see. You can see a few faint depressions on the ground here to our right. Not easy because the vehicle's in the way, but I think those are from a baby hippopotamus, not in fact the lions. Let me just jump out and have a closer look. Make sure the lions aren't anywhere nearby. Yeah, this is a tiny hippo. A miniature hippo. Now that I've got, can you see this one?
I can.
You can see 1 toe, 2 toe, 3 toe, 4 toe, and this is the back pad. So a minute little hippo. Its mother's tracks are up ahead. Much larger, but not easy to see. Cute! So, let's hope the lions didn't come across that, because they would certainly have tried to consume it. Okay. I would suggest that VM and Sam, when they do get into this area, possibly to check Hippo Pools Road. So that's something that Nikki can relate to them. Just gonna keep in touch with Taxon and Ephraim as well, as they're also coming into this area to give us a hand. I'm just checking you guys copied my updates of those Mkonzo heading northwest into Djuma, over Cheetah Cut Line, north of Pipeline. Copy, I've circled the block along Hippo Pools Road, Buffelshoek Dam East. I think they are still in the block. So I'm going to go for a quick walk. Okay. So we're about to complete this big circle that we've done around the block. I'll be able to show you the lion tracks, and from there we're probably going to get you guys back onto Sam's vehicle for a bit as I explore on foot, as that is the most effective way of trying to find big game on foot. To drive off-road trying to follow their track would be near impossible, well, entirely impossible. It's hard enough whilst walking to work out where they've gone. They may not be hugely inclined to move big distances and or feed, because they did catch an adult female buffalo. So that was not yesterday, the day before, I think, or possibly the day before that. But basically, they've been feeding on buffalo until probably some stage last night when they abandoned the carcass, as there would have been nothing left for them to snack on. I think Ephraim did go there, one of the guides who does have access to that property, and he says that there's only vultures there finishing off the scraps. See some disturbance on the road yet. Parts of the yard is where a lion has slept. The rest of them are sleeping further ahead of us. It's difficult to see from here, but I will be able to show you this kind of scuffle on the ground here. And if you zoom in, Dave, if you go back a bit, over there's a track. You can faintly see where my finger is, that there are some toe marks of where a lion has stood, but it was before the rain. So I think they're somewhere not too far away from us in this block. Tracks here all over the road. These ones look fresher. This looks to me like it could have been, some of which after the rain. If you take a look here, Dave, very clear lion tracks here. So I'm going to take a short walk into the block and try and work out where they've gone. They have headed into Djuma. It's not easy to see, but let me show you here. There's a few very faint paw marks. This is after the rain, sadly, but it is heading in to Djuma. So I'm going to continue on foot and see if we don't get lucky. I'm going to take this little handheld radio so I can be in comms with Dave if I do get lucky, I might get him to drive the vehicle into the block if we do find them. So that's that. Sam is also going to be working the area. I've told him to check the road hippo pools that I have already checked, and we're going to send you across to him right now. See you later.
Welcome back, everyone. Back to Sam and VM in the vehicle. We've just been with the hyena cubs, and that was fantastic. I had a great time down there and learnt a new thing or two with some of the guests and viewers that have been with me. It's been an incredible 2 days for me. I haven't slept much as I was quite tired, thinking about all the sort of things that comes with guiding for the first time with a camera behind you. But it's been exceptionally exciting, and I thank you for allowing my nerves not to overtake my driving and all of that, so thanks. But here we sit just outside, I think it's Gowrie Cutline, and we were just sitting with some of the birds, a hornbill and a starling, and they've just left us, unfortunately, and I know Scott's now on tracks, the lion tracks, so we're going to let him go out on the lion tracks, and I just want to just experiment this thing one more time, if you guys are willing to participate with me on this experience. So we just saw a Cape glossy starling. So do we know the names of all the different starlings? I know one is the Burchell's starling, the Cape glossy starling, and the greater blue-eared starling. So that's the ones that I know. Let me know if there's any others. I don't think there are. But
Isn't there a purple one or something?
Oh yes, there's a purple one. I know in Cape Town where I live we get the red-winged starling. Violet-backed. Thank you very much, Nikki, in the control room. Got my back. So anyway, we're just going to quickly show you this device and see how it works. The starling. So we go to starling. $276. Okay, so here are all our different starlings. As we said, the violet-back starling, which I've actually seen before, so I should have known that, seen that. And then there's what we just saw was the Cape glossy starling, the greater blue-eared starling. We've got the black-bellied starling, Meave starling, and the Burchells. All right, so can anyone tell me what sound that was? That was just the opening of this device. There was a bird call there. If anyone can tweet in what they thought that was, please let me know. Otherwise, this is how this works. Go in, and we just saw the Cape glossy starling. So we just put it on like that. Incredible, that you can literally just put this on the book and it's going to play a sound for us. So I know I said it again, I said it yesterday, but today, I think it's a great device. It helps us to understand and learn a little bit more about these birds. And so I'm now going to pay attention to that bird call and see if we can find it again. All right, we're going to head off in this direction while Scott's going to be looking for those tracks. We're going to see what we can find and see if we can help him. Let's get moving on the road, everyone. Jen in Minnesota just asked me what is my favorite animal to watch. Wow. My favorite animal to watch. I said yesterday that the black eagle in the Cederberg Mountains just outside Cape Town has without a doubt been my favorite bird to watch, just because, in the Cederberg we have two main predators there, and that's the black eagle and the Cape leopard. And the Cape leopard is half the size of the Savannah leopard. So if you can imagine, if you've seen the Savannah leopard, have a look and type in on Google or whatever, and have a look at the Cape leopard. It's half the size of the Savannah leopard, and it controls a much greater territory. And why I'm bringing the Cape leopard into this conversation is because the black eagle and the Cape leopard are in direct competition with each other, because in that mountain range there's no other predator. So you'll see when you're tracking a Cape leopard on foot, in the distance you'll start seeing a black eagle come down and dive bomb the leopard, and that's an indication to where that leopard is. So yeah, so I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the black leopard. Thank you very much. Okay, well, Natasha, you were asking what was my favorite bird, and that goes without a doubt. It's the black eagle. It's just such a beautiful eagle that when you watch it flying high above the sky, you'll see. Okay, just hold on, everyone. Liam, whereabouts am I?
Left or right? It's a cheetah cut line.
Left or right? This is cheetah cut line, everyone. So we're going to go left here. This is the eastern boundary. And once again, I don't know anywhere and don't know what I'm doing on this property. So if you see me getting lost, or just let me know and help me out if you feel like you need to. But just going back, I also want to say, each and every bird has its own beauty and its own way of, its own design of living, and I'm very fascinated by every single bird. So to actually say that one bird is my favorite would actually be a lie. I'm hugely intrigued by how each and every single bird is able to live on this beautiful planet and experience life the way it does. They've all adapted. Everything's adapted and molded to this planet, much like we have. So I enjoy all my birds. But I must say, when I was traveling through Brazil and I saw tucanos, I was amazed by the tucanos. They're such beautiful, with those big bright beaks. It's incredible. And Sasha, what is your favorite bird? I'd love to know what yours is. Nancy and Jen B. Well done for figuring out that first bird call that was on that device. It was in fact the African fish eagle. Well done. I'm highly impressed. I have to hear the sound of that bird every single time I switch on that device, so I know pretty well what is what. It looks like we're coming to Scotcher. Is that right, Phil? Okay, I'm going to go and find out from Scott where we're going to go say hello to... Oh, it's just Dave. Scott's out tracking. I'm going to see and ask Dave where the best place I could go and look for tracks and see if I can help out with this exploration. But as you can tell, Scott's on foot at the moment. And so I can't get out the vehicle and look with him, but I'm going to see if I can go somewhere on my vehicle. How's it going, Dave? Is it going all right?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So you just gone down there?
On foot looking.
Did you guys come from down here?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to head and see if we can find tracks.
Oh.
Sweet. That was Dave, everyone. So we've got VM behind my camera, and we've got Dave. Okay, so I've just got an update from Scott saying that the best thing I should do is go and carry on straight here and turn left into the block and then carry on left again and see if I can find some tracks and help him. Because I would love to find you guys either a leopard or a lion this morning. It would help me with my interview drive, I think, quite a lot if I can help find a predator. So I actually need you guys to be my eyes as well. See if you can see anything in the distance while I'm looking at you. Donna in South Carolina. I do believe that there's limited beginner's luck, and then that's exactly what I'm going to go and do now. I'm not sure of all the roads. I think I'm going to... Is it this one? Can I go down here?
This is the fire break.
Is this the fire break?
No, we can go down.
Let's go down the fire break. So I'm going to do my best to find something. Let's see what we can do. You know what, to be honest guys, I'm just excited to be out in the Sabi Sands. I know if I did get the job, I'd have the opportunity to learn more about the roads and where the leopards are. I think most of our viewers know and understand where some of the leopards are and that sort of stuff. So I'm excited to begin to learn and understand the different territories, see what we have. Hi there, Amy in California. Your question was, what is the biggest difference between lion and leopard tracks? Firstly, a lion track is a lot bigger than a leopard track. So when you're walking and you're out tracking and you see a big track, it's going to most likely be a lion's, and you'll see at the back. I mean, let's see if I got my book here. I'm going to quickly show you quick. This is my book, Signs of the Wild, that I've had since I started. It's been my best friend. Leopard. 96. All right. So have a look here, guys. That's the leopard track over here. Okay. And this is the lion track. So what you'll notice is that the lion track is quite a lot bigger than the leopard track. And also, there's those definite marks over there. But you'll also see that in the line also has big, like coming down here. We'll see it here as well. So 3 lobes, that's the one. Thank you, Nikki. 3 lobes. There's a good indication. So it's much easier to find and see tracks in the morning and the afternoon where the sun is at a tilt and you can see. So let's see if we can find one of those tracks. I think the road that I'm on now, what road are we on, dude?
Buffalo Fire Break. Buffalo Fire Break.
The woodlands king. Hi Natasha, you said that it's the finch and the robin, if that's correct. Those are two beautiful birds. Yeah, I know all birds are very beautiful, but those two in particular are very beautiful. And over here we have a woodlands kingfisher, much like the kingfisher that we saw yesterday. We've seen quite a lot of the woodlands kingfisher. I actually once saw a woodlands kingfisher catch a small bat. Can you believe that? That was quite an interesting experience that I once had. But if you can just have a look at that design there of that kingfisher, they're so well designed for waterine areas to catch and snip things off the ground. Oh, there he goes. But I was having a watch at Scott's one yesterday, and he was showing you how it had that call. It's such a beautiful call, hey? All right, so let's keep looking, guys. I'm gonna see what we can find. I'm saying that I should go left here. Hello Tammy in Seattle. I didn't actually see any hummingbirds while I was in Brazil. The work that I was doing in Brazil was to do lectures in biomimicry at all the different universities, and so I was going to Sao Paulo and Rio and Brasilia and doing talks on how we can learn from natural systems. If you can just give me 2 seconds. Alright, so over here I've got a plant, if you can see, and biomimicry. Just to explain, I was telling quite a few people what it was yesterday, but it's something that, you know, I really need the genius of the natural world to help me with. And biomimicry is essentially learning from natural shapes and designs. And in Brazil, this is what I was doing. So I never got to see the hummingbird, but I was doing lectures in biomimicry, learning about and teaching people how we could learn from the design of the natural world. You can see just from this leaf how it can capture water over there and send water down into the stem and down the water to its leaf. And you know, how is this capturing sunlight? If you think about our solar panels, think about your solar panels on your roofs. They're all standing at a horizontal degree like this. And what if we actually had solar panels that could move with the sunlight? So biomimicry is about exploring and understanding the way in which nature adapts to its changing conditions and allows us to become more efficient in our own lives. So that's just an explanation, a quick explanation of biomimicry. I hope that helps you understand it a little bit better. But I was also very privileged to go down the Amazon River, and while I was on the Amazon River, I was learning and seeing many different types of other birds, and I was exceptionally lucky. And I must say, if I have a favorite bird from Brazil, it would have been the macaw, the blue macaw. Have a look at the blue macaw. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Rio. That main character bird is actually called the blue macaw, and it's just such a beautiful bird. It flies around gregariously around the rivers of, mainly in the Pantanal. You mainly find it around the Pantanal. So I was very privileged to see that. Wow. All right, everyone. Thanks again for being in safari. I'm going to be back just now. I see Scott's just come off his vehicle. Let's find out what Scott has been seeing on his walk. Cheers for now.
So my little walk did not provide us with any further information, sadly. It appears like on closer inspection that rain has fallen after these lions have moved, therefore kind of washing away their tracks, making it hard to follow them. But Texan said he seemed to think he had some tracks that did cross over Hippo Pools Road, which is a road that I did check and didn't see any tracks crossing. So, it's good news, still good prospects. It seems like these lions have headed deeper into Djuma as opposed to away from us. So anywhere here, we could get lucky. There looks to be some large tracks of the Birmingham males alongside the smaller lioness tracks, so that's what's getting me really excited. I know a lot of you will be over the moon if we get to see the Birmingham boys again. It's been a very, very long time. I think possibly even last year. No, hang on. Is that even possible? I think it is possible. I think last year may have been the last sightings of the Birmingham males. I think that could have even been with me. When we were following, was it Scrapper? One male, I think it was Scrapper, following one male around. He was pacing backwards and forwards, trying to work something out. We never got to the bottom of it, but that was a long while ago, on the 24th of December. Oh, that's a problem. Sorry, my lapel had, which is this little microphone that you can probably now hear me talking through, but couldn't before. It'd fallen off my shirt and down to my belly button. Would have been of no assistance to you guys hearing me, but I think we're back on track now. Hello, Safari Dean. You are interested to know when or how long will it take for some fish to repopulate the waterholes? Sure. I don't know. It's a very, very good question. I mean, there could well be some catfish that have got themselves into a safe position below the mud in a mucous membrane that they can breathe through. They don't need to breathe through gills like regular fish, the catfish. So they have the ability of kind of lying dormant, waiting for better times, which have arrived now. There's water in the Buffelshoek waterhole, so will they squirm out of the mud and make the most of what little water's there and then re-squirm themselves back into the mud when it dries out? I'm not too sure. I think we're just going to have to keep an eye on the birds that feed on fish, and when they start frequenting the waterholes again, I think that'll be an indication that the fish are becoming more active again. But I don't think it's going to be any time soon. I think the fish may know to wait for better times. But I've never been through a drought before, so there's a lot that we are all going to learn in the coming months, including myself. The last drought in this area was in 2002. I was still at high school back then. So my lack of knowledge of a drought is not going to put me in a good position to answer that question accurately. Hello PK in Iowa. You have asked a very, very, very good question, and one that I'm having to think long and hard about. You've noticed that over time, watching the various waterhole cameras that WildEarth have, that you've never seen porcupine, aardvark or pangolin ever drinking at them, and therefore are they not water dependent? And I guess maybe not, no. I've never seen any of those three animals drinking myself. An animal like a porcupine will, I think, be able to acquire a lot of moisture from the roots and bulbs and bark that it feeds on. Aardvark, I can't even imagine what it looks like when it drinks because it's got such a bizarre mouth. Check this out. Let's get it in the book. How do you drink out of a mouth like that? Interesting beast. So, it doesn't say anything in this book about drinking. I'm sure there are other books that will provide us with better information and more information on them. Thanks, Dave. But no, I guess the fact that after all the time that the waterhole cameras have been up at Djuma during especially the dry months now, like the drought we've been experiencing, and in the winter months, if you've never seen a porcupine, aardvark or pangolin coming to any of the various waterhole cameras that we have, it would be a good indicator that they're not heavily water reliant. That's not to say though that they don't have the odd drink when the opportunity avails itself to them, but I don't think they will go out of their way to do it. Otherwise, naturally, you would think you guys would have spotted some more on the waterhole cameras. Good question, PK. And one that we may need to do a little bit more research on when back at camp and have access to bigger books with more information. It definitely has got the brain ticking. So thank you for that. James Richards, thank you for confirming that it was in fact Scrapper the day before Christmas. Running around, you said possibly he was in a panic because he had some last minute shopping to do for the lioness, and I think that's spot on looking back on it. Where are you, lions? Come on. We're all so excited to see you. Sam is still in the general area, so who knows, hopefully he will get lucky. I would love to see the smile on his face if he does manage to find all these lion. Shame we haven't managed to show him any big cats, and he is heading out today after this drive, so it would be a great pity if he doesn't see any. But at the rate he's going, I'm hoping he is going to be coming back here in the near future and getting settled in, but only time will tell.